Welcome to the next session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. I got two old friends mad at me. Two very dear ladies who I knew in high school but were never really friendly with either in that setting, though we probably shared classes. In fact, one I shared many classes. Like many people from high school, they went their own way, had their uh, achievements and struggles in the decades that followed. Now largely retired. Um, Facebook brought many of us back together, and while Facebook is deteriorating, a few of us reconnected in the early days, now about 13 or so years ago, continue to banter on the screen. Now, these two dear ladies are very different than me. We probably vote for the same people, but for very different reasons. Um, I like to be nice to people. I like to be fair to people. But when injustices need to be remedied, I think it's better just to set the reset button and not to atone for times gone by. I think you do people a disservice that way. So our political posts sometimes find these two ladies jumping on me a little bit. And that happened this week also. It's an interesting perspective, but one where I'm very steadfast in my own. Apparently, somebody complained that the supermarkets and big retailers were going exclusively to self-checkout. And that's not quite true at the place where I shop, not at all true at Trader Joe's where you still go through a cashier. And they also complained that you had to show your receipt to the attendant at the front desk, I presume to minimize shoplifting. And I don't mind that at all. In fact, I've been doing that at Costco and Walmart forever, and Costco has some of the best cashiers around. Well, I like scanning my own items. In fact, I like doing things for myself. I much prefer the self-checkouts. But what about the people who lost their jobs? Well, I'm sympathetic. However, the purpose of the retailer is to provide me what I want to buy. I presume that the Home Depots and the Walmarts, when they needed fewer cashiers, they're always short of help, and there's plenty to do around the stores. My expectation is that they reassign them, though maybe not. I don't really know. But my purpose is not to tell the store how to run the store. It's to get what the store is trying to sell me in the most efficient way. Well, the two ladies complained about corporate greed, and that may be true. But these are also mostly public companies. If they're making money hand over fist, their stock can be purchased with a call to the stockbroker. In fact, you don't even need the stockbroker now. There's another guy who's put on the shelf by E-Trade. However, getting a piece of the action also implies a piece of the risk, and they're probably not really making money hand over fist by reducing the number of cashiers that they have. But that diverts me from the main point. The main point is I like doing things myself. I like filling my own gas tank up. I like the self-checkout. When my physical condition and youth allowed it, I mowed my lawn. To the extent of my capacity, I repaired my own plumbing. At work, I did things that the nurses could have done, but I'm there, I just do it. Why not? I must say I don't like to delegate things, which is not good, but I also don't like to impose on other people when I don't have to. And that fundamentally is good. That the gas station attendants are long gone. The cashiers are going to be reduced. I wouldn't know where a telephone operator would be found. I've just not dialed 0 in like forever to see who answers it. There may very well be no telephone operator. In my own field, while doctors are not really unemployed, much of the work we do has been replaced by other people, which would be sort of okay if they were selective about who does what. I don't think the nurse practitioners should be doing high-grade endocrinology or unselected endocrinology. That should go to the trained physician. But there are things that I did that did not require my training that could be delegated to somebody else. So let me do the hard stuff. Let somebody else do the easy stuff. And that's really where employment seems to be heading. That some of these are corporate decisions, but some of it is really my own independence as a consumer. Whereas a stockholder, I could still be a stockholder if everybody else is making money. But they didn't like that. They thought I was being cruel to people at the marginal levels of skill with difficult employment. I think I was helping the enterprise that made these decisions function in their best way. Thanks so very much for joining me at this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind.